Welcome to Test Score Prep, your on-demand, self-paced path to your best SAT score. Once you've logged in, you'll reach this home screen, where you can use the navigation area on the left to select what you want to work on. Start by selecting Study Plan. This lays out 10 steps for you to work through, starting with number 1, Strategies, all the way through to Revisit and Refresh. The steps are numbered and you want to do them in order as they build on each other. You'll see that 3 of the steps involve practice tests. And those steps start with a video and some questions for you to answer to get you in the right mindset to take the test. You'll take all practice tests in the College Board Blue Book app. Once you've taken a practice test, you will upload your test in the Practice Tests tab on the left. But that's a little later. Right now, back to the study plan steps. You will see that there's a video at the start of each step up at the top. You'll want to watch that first before proceeding down through the rest of the step, as it is an important overview lesson for that step. Remember, you can always increase the speed if the video is too slow, as long as you can understand the content. Once you've watched that main intro video for the step, you can proceed down through the other sections. The following sections may or may not have a video. If they do, watch the video first, and then proceed to the question. The X's on the left let you cross out a particular answer, which you can do if you know a certain answer is definitely wrong. So let's say I'm working through this question, and I've got to the point where I know A and B, for whatever reason, can't possibly be the answer I want to select, so I cross those out. Then I go through the rest of the question, and let's say I'm not totally sure for whatever reason, but I think I'm sure, so I'm going to choose C. Once you've selected an answer, you'll need to record how confident you are with your answer. Select C1 if you don't know and you're just guessing. Select C2 if you're 75 to 95% confident. Maybe you're down to 2 answers. Select C3 if you're 95% confident that you're correct. This important process of recording your confidence score will help you start to identify your weaknesses and knowledge gaps. Once you've selected your confidence level, you can check the answer. So because I got it down to 2, I'm going to choose C2 and then check my answer. A video will then appear for most questions, reviewing it and the answer. It's important to watch this even if you get the answer right, especially if you are anything less than a C3 or very confident in your answer. To master the SAT, you need to think about getting answers right confidently, but also quickly. So learning about the question will help you either figure out why you got it wrong and/or how you could approach it to get it correct quicker the next time. After you've watched the debrief video, you can select what went wrong from the drop-down menu and write some notes. So in this case, I'm going to say it was strategy, and I wasted time using algebra instead of guessing and checking. I wasn't confident with the guessing and checking. And then you can add it to your performance review journal so that you can review it later. You reach your performance review journal by selecting Review in the left nav of the portal. Your performance review journal is a running list of all of the questions that you marked to review later. Here is that question that we just did and the notes we added so we can review it. But because we just started on step 1 of the study plan, we have a pretty empty review journal. As you progress through the questions in each step, though, you'll have a longer list. At that point, you'll want to use all these sort filters up at the top. Check out the Performance Review Journal video in the Help section for more details on how to use this tool to help maximize your SAT score. So, back to our sample question. Let's say we had been confident. Let's say we had clicked on the correct answer and we had been very confident. We had marked it as C3. Then in that case, nothing went wrong and you wouldn't have any notes and you wouldn't add it to your performance review journal. But since in this case we did, we added the notes, included it in the performance review journal, and now we can move on to the next question. Once you've answered all of the questions in a section, you can move down to the next section, starting with the video if there is one, and then proceeding to the questions. As you make your way through a step and through the study plan, You'll quickly get a sense of where you want to answer each and every question and where you maybe want to skip through, only answering a few as your study time and confidence dictates. This portal and 10-step study plan is meant to be a flexible tool that can adapt to your personal skills, abilities, and the particular SAT score you're targeting. Speaking of your target SAT score, you can check out the Strategy tab to watch videos on advice for reaching certain scores.